Hello, my name is Edward Brown of the Core Edge Image and Charisma Institute, and today I want to talk about charismatic leadership and Napoleon Bonaparte. Many times I'm asked by a myriad of people, do you have to be attractive, strapping, muscular, awe-inspiring to be a charismatic leader? And while it's easy for me to say, no, you don't have to be those things to be charismatic or a charismatic leader, I needed to find a case study that would make my point more vibrant. So I went to my library and I found a book some years ago I read called Napoleon and the Napoleonic Wars by Albert Marin. And invariably, Marin lays out the idea that not only from a personality perspective, but from a visionary, awe-inspiring perspective, Napoleon was an uncommon individual under the charismatic leadership model. And on page 2, Marin says, Napoleon Bonaparte was a striking figure. A man of 35, he stood 5 feet 2 inches tall, had unusually white skin, small feet, and small delicate hands with plump, tapering fingers. From the broad chest to the large head set on a short, stout neck, his body radiated power. Does not sound like a 6'2", strapping, good-looking model type guy. It seemed like a small guy who had an audacious personality and a will to win. Marin goes on to say that Napoleon always aroused 2 types of emotions, hate or love. One of the most complicated and talented people who ever lived, everything around him seemed bigger than life. When I talk about charismatic leadership, I talk about the traits of the epic hero or the individual who sees himself bigger than life. And I think Napoleon is an excellent example of not having those traits that society says you're supposed to have to be enamoring or successful or in a position of power. You basically can take what you have and just highlight and build upon the possibilities and move from there. I want to share one other piece that I thought was important. Rising slowly at first through a combination of intelligence and work, boldness and luck, he made himself master of Europe's most powerful nation in less than a decade. He is probably the most prolific and most profound individuals in modern history. And the reason why I think it's important to note is that this person is self-made. This person doesn't have the necessary connections or the money that allowed him to be the emperor for life in French during that time. He invariably decided that he wanted to be something bigger than himself, or bigger than life, and made it such. And so when you look at yourself, you must ask yourself, where do you want to be as it relates to life itself, professionally or personally? And I think that the choice for Napoleon was clear, but is the choice clear for you? That is the question, and that's the question you must ask and ask alone. And so when we look at charismatic leaders, it's not really about just the mere fact of, again, walking into business forums or social events and being enigmatic or bigger than life as it relates to people moving towards you, gravitating towards you for no apparent reason. It's about really structuring a life around a business model and a leadership model that allows you to take your personality, your audacity, and your relentless desire to succeed, to thrive and go to the next level. I believe those are the things that this book tells and Napoleon actually exemplified as a figure. So understand that charismatic leadership, while some people are hardcore pressed to have the DNA to do that, individuals can learn it as a Napoleon. If you want more information on how to be more charismatic, persuasive, and influential, there's a link below for a website. You can tap in and sign in and receive free updates on being more charismatic, influential, and persuasive.